Alrighty, good morning and happy Friday, everybody. I am so delighted to be here. It's kind of amazing. Like, just as I said hello, I was thinking about years ago, I really wanted, this is before the internet, guys, and I really wanted to have my own radio show. And so it just occurred to me, like just now, as I said hello to everybody, that I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my dream that I always had before of like having a radio show. Anyway, so yeah, so if you know me well, okay, so now those of you who have hopped on, now you can say that you know me well. One of my great passions in life is musical theater, Broadway, and I always wanted a radio show that was specific to that was specifically Broadway musicals, because at the time, before the internet, before Sirius XM and Spotify and like all this stuff, like it's at our fingertips now, but back in the day, like you just listen to pop music or classical music or, I guess hip hop and, what's the other one that begins with an R? I can't remember. Not rap, but R&B. And so you used to be that you could listen, that like those were your only choices on the radio. And I was like big into musical theater. So anyway, so I always wanted to have a radio show, and now I don't. Now all of those things are at your fingertips. But look, here I am. Joel says he never heard classical music on the radio where he grew up. That's crazy to me. We always had we always had a classical music station. That's what you listen to on Sundays. Anyway, country or pop, that was it. And then I guess later there was Christian stations, late, depending on where you grew up. But anyway, so we are going to get ready. Joel left this by my in my studio here for me. Maybe, I don't know if he left it for me to share it with you or whether he just left it to me because he thought I would want it, but I'm going to share it with you. Last week, I unveiled last week the 3-2-1 system. And I talked about how I'm now associated with Bold House. This is their terminology, where they used to, or their terminology where they recommend, and this is what I put it in terms for you guys, is 3 direct reach outs. Direct reach outs, not sending an email, not posting an ad. I mean, not sending like a newsletter, big email to like everyone not posting an ad, not putting up a flyer, but actually talking to an individual. It could be could be like on the phone, sending a DM, doing a text. But as long as it's a reach out to one individual person. And the point of it is just to tell them you're a bookkeeper. Just tell them you're a bookkeeper. Tell them you are a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, and ask if you know any small businesses that use QuickBooks Online that you could connect with. Like, that's really it. The number one thing that I see with people, where people struggle, is just that initial willingness to raise your hand and say, yes, I am a bookkeeper. Or actually, I like better, I am a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. I'm a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. Who do you know that has QuickBooks that I could connect with? Like, that's it. That's all it is. And the example that I used last week on the live stream was, how many realtors do you know? How many realtors do you know? And how do you know that they're realtors? Because they tell you. They tell you all the time. Everybody that you know that is a realtor, you see it on their Facebook posts. They talk about it all the time. And so just today, Joel picked up the mail and look what I got. Maybe I should cover up. This is, I don't know. She didn't give me permission to like share her information, but This is the woman that sold our house to us a year and a half ago. Okay. We're not looking to buy a new house, but maybe we know somebody who is. Maybe we know somebody who's like, hey, I'm selling my house. Do you know a realtor? So anyway, so she sent us this. It says recipes. Here, that'll cover up her face. And it's a calendar. It's like carrot cake, which, oh my gosh, I hate carrot cake. But anyway, carrot cake. So then on the back is the recipe. And then on the front is like a little thing. I don't know how much this cost her. And I'm not recommending that you pay money like to send this kind of thing out. I'm just saying, you have to tell people that this is what you do. If you want to get clients, you have to tell people that this is what you do. And I don't, we don't train you on being a bookkeeper, but we do train you on using QuickBooks Online. So become a QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor. You get your certification. Say, I'm an advanced QuickBooks Online. Tell people that you just got certified. Tell people that you're in a course. Tell people about a thing that you learned. If you're in the gym, we give you exactly what to say. Anyway, all right, enough of that. I've got too much exciting stuff to share with you, and we have to do our hands-on exercise. So let me do my intro. Hello, I'm Margie Remmers-Davis, creator of the Fast and Easy Way to QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification, and I am delighted that you are here today. This is our weekly live stream that we do inside of our Facebook group called the QBO Gym Locker Room. So if you are watching this live, you're already a member of the locker room. Woohoo! It's the only way to get it. If you are watching this recording on YouTube, then the link is down below to join the locker room. And by joining the locker room, you are going to get a free Getting Started course. So it tells you how to get your QuickBooks Online accountant account, how to access the sample company, how to navigate around in QuickBooks Online, just all of the basics that you need to know, and hands-on exercises. We are all about hands-on exercises. Hands-on. We want you to actually use QuickBooks Online and know it from using it. So we have the free Getting Started course to get you oriented. Everybody that's a member of the locker room gets that course. If you're in the locker room and you don't have it, you don't understand, you don't know how to access it or whatever, then reach out to support@fastandeasyqbo.com. And you also, unrelated to that course, you also get over 100 free exercises hands-on, which you can access by going to the featured section of the QuickBooks Online, or the featured section of the Facebook group is where you are going to access your 100 free hands-on exercises, okay? Also, you get a free exercise of the week by attending here live. And that we'll talk about where that exercise is coming from here in just a minute. And then obviously, as a member of the locker room, you also get to participate in our weekly live streams. So you can follow along as we do the hands-on exercises together. And I make all sorts of crazy, fun, exciting announcements. So, which is what I'm going to do today. Okay, so these exercises, the free exercises, are all available to you. All you have to do is be a member of the locker room. You get them, okay? But the exercises themselves are, they're just individual, like one-off, learn this particular feature, okay? You can also join the QBO Gym. So this is the locker room. Now I'm about to talk about the gym, okay? So the gym itself is a subscription product, and I have it pulled up here somewhere. Okay, so the QBO Gym is a subscription, and you pay every month, and you get access to tons more exercises. I don't know how many there are, but The exercises themselves are, instead of just being a single, like one-off learn this feature, they're learned in context of you actually being a bookkeeper. Okay. So every month it's a simulation of you actually working on Craig, who is our fictitious business owner. It's going to be working on his books from beginning to end. So when you very first sit down, so we have them organized kind of by these sections, all obviously on the gym theme. So our warm-ups, those are the things you do when you very first sit down. You process the money that came in and that comes in, and you process bank feeds. You see what money Craig has spent. Okay, so that's warm-ups. Cardio are all of the things that Craig has asked you to do. So maybe he's asked you to send an invoice, or send a reminder to somebody, or pay a bill. Okay, so these are all the things. And then the strength training, every month we have a theme. And strength training is a deep dive into a particular topic. Again, it's in context. It's like what's happening in Craig's world. And so you have all these exercises you get to do exactly and put into practice what you're learning. And then cool down is always reconciling accounts. So you reconcile accounts every single month. And then you also run reports, and then there's different reports that you run. Maybe there's a problem. The January issue right now is the January issue is all featured on cleanup. So and we did that in conjunction with our launch of our new cleanup course. I'm getting so much love, you guys, from I'm getting so much love in the chat. Lavon said, huge investment. This is non-negotiable. It's a must. I don't know. You say huge investment. It's not that month. It's not that much per month. I think I don't want to say the price because it's being recorded and, the price could change all the time, but it's not that expensive. All right. Amy Lynn says, this is awesome. I've got a little thing. Okay. This is awesome deal. It has helped me so much in my business. Somebody else says, how do I do? Did that replace Amy Lynn's? Okay. The gym is absolutely worth the money to gain additional skills, value packed. Oh, you guys are so nice. You guys are so nice. I'm so glad you are finding it helpful. Anyway, so thank you so much on the love. So that's the QBO Gym. I got so distracted by so much love. Now I can't remember where I was in my little speech. All right. So today we're going to talk about some changes that are coming in. Well, changes that I've already made, and one exciting new announcement before we get into our actual hands-on exercise for the day. Okay. So the first thing I want to point out, those of you guys are in the gym, notice two changes to the what's this called? This menu bar, whatever, up here. Two changes that I made. So first is I changed this right here. It used to say all workouts, and that was confusing. People didn't know what we were talking about. So when you first go in the gym, and I don't have this, look how much content you guys get here. Like, seriously. Okay, so I'm going to go back home. Okay, so this is what happens when you very first go in the gym. This is like your main landing page, and then you go here. But sometimes people don't want to do it in order. They want to like pick and choose the exercises. And so I used to have it say all workouts up here. I've changed it now to choose your workout, so that, I don't know, I feel like that's a little bit better terminology for navigating around. Okay. So that's one change that happened. The other change, all right, maybe you guys can see it. I'm not, maybe you can see it, and I gave myself away a little bit, but this is so exciting. This is so exciting. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Last August, I had a birthday. I have a birthday every August. But this particular August of 2023, I said, just on a whim, it was not pre-planned at all. Just like on a whim, I said, hey, it's my birthday. Instead of making a wish, I'm granting them. What would you, if I could give you anything, what would I give you? And this turned into the most amazing experience I have ever had in this business. Like I gave away, like we did drawings, and I felt like Oprah. I was giving away courses. I was giving away memberships to the gym. It was so incredible. I will for sure do it again on my birthday in August. We did it in August, and then we did it in September and October. Also, we did it for 3 months in a row because I loved it. I loved doing it so much. Then November happened. We got the new material from Intuit. Now we're catching up, like getting all of our courses ready, and all this stuff. So it will come back. Whether it's going to come back earlier than August, I don't know. It will come back in August. Anyway, the point is, one of the things that people asked for was a mentor. They said, and every time somebody said, I wish I had a mentor, I asked for additional information. Like, what do you mean by that? What would this mentorship look like? What would, how would you use this mentor? How would this person, how exactly would this person help you? How often would you talk to them? Like that kind of thing. I asked those kinds of questions. And then at one point we formed a little group where we could talk about, what this would look like. And so I just had that seed in my brain that I wanted to provide something like that for you. And what I heard most, and I think the person who put it most succinctly, and I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. If you're on this call, I feel bad. I don't remember your name. Somebody said like 1-800-bookkeeper. Okay. So basically what these people were saying that they wanted was if they had a particular issue in their books, in the real, in real life, we only support our Fast and Easy QBO courses and exercises and all that, but a lot of people come to us with like real life questions about real things in their books. And what I always do is I always point them to other groups. Like that's not what this group is for. There are other groups, peer groups out there, and we have a list of them, and we always send them to you, say, hey, these groups are super responsive. If it's QBO specific, there's a group for that. If it's just general bookkeeping, there's a group for that. And so we always send you to these groups, these other groups, because that's not what Fast and Easy QBO or the QBO Gym locker room is for. But the problem with that, after talking to people, understanding, the problem with that is that there's a couple of problems. One is that you get lots of different answers. Okay, so you make a post about your specific issue, and you will get a lot of people responding and saying, oh, well, do this or do that, or asking more questions or whatever. So then that leads to the second problem is nobody is actually like looking, over your shoulder, like doing a Zoom call to like actually look at your books. So one is you're getting a bunch of different people, answers, and you're not getting like the one person who can just cut to the chase, look at your issue and provide guidance. Okay. So that is what people asked for. And I am so excited to announce that is what we are providing. We have partnered with Andy Seleen from Compass Rose Bookkeeping and Advisory. Many of you know him. He was very active in working in another group that a lot of us came up with. He is brilliant. I mean, if you've spent 2 minutes with him, not even 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you recognize how brilliant he is and what a brilliant mind he has in understanding the intricacies, not just of QuickBooks Online, but of like bookkeeping in general, bookkeeping principles, why we do things the way we do, how to fix mistakes that have been made, why we do why those mistakes need to be fixed, and how to address them going forward. He just has a brilliant mind for that. Okay, so we've partnered with him to provide this. Now, this is a paid service. Andy's not going to do it for free. He's not on our payroll. This is just between you and Andy. But he has given you a crazy, ridiculous low rate to just our students. Now, he's not going to work with all of the students. There's a minimum that you have to achieve in order to work with him. First of all, you have to be basic certified. Okay, so he's going to help you. He cannot help you if you don't already know the basics of QBO, the basics of bookkeeping, the basics of how to do stuff. Okay, so the first thing is you have to be QuickBooks certified. But as we all know, just having the certification means only that you have passed the test. Okay. So that's why we have the QBO Gym. The gym is your opportunity to verify your skills and put into action the things that you are learning. So once you have worked in the gym, so you have to be basic certified, you have to have a membership in the gym, and have earned 100 points in the gym. 100 points equals somewhere between 2 or 3 months. Each issue of each month of the gym, and when I say month, I'm not talking about a calendar month. I'm talking about a month's worth of activity working on Craig's account. Okay, so each month you get is around 40 points. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more. It's around 40 points for each month's worth of exercises. So if you do 2 months and a little bit more, or if you do 3 months total, then you qualify. So what you'll see in the gym now, and this was live this morning, is this little button that says Schedule Consult. Okay. Now, if you already have the qualifications, if you already have your basic cert, and we know about it here, this is the other thing, guys, is that if we only know that you're basic certified because you went through our course. Okay. So if you went through our course and you not only do you have to go through the course, but you also have to click the thing that says, because we don't work for Intuit, we don't know what your status is. Okay. So if you went through our course and clicked the thing that said, yes, I got my certification, then that's how we know. Okay. So if you come to us before, then you have to go through support at fastandeasyqbo.com. And then we'll turn this on for you, and you do some. Okay, so this scheduled consult, that's available for everybody. If you have your if you're basic certified and you have 100 points in the gym, then you have this access to Andy. Okay, so here's where you can schedule your time with him. Exclusive access. It's one-on-one help. It's specific problem in your client's books. This is not a question about the test. This is not a question about our Fast and Easy QBO materials. Okay, this is specifically about a real problem this is not what if situations, what if this happens? This is a specific problem. It's not marketing. How do I get new clients? This is a specific problem in real clients' books that you don't know how to handle, and you want one-on-one help versus just posting in some of those other groups and getting a group of people to, to chime in. If you want one-on-one help, you can schedule your time with Andy. He is giving you like crazy rate. It's $75. At the time of this recording, it's $75 for a 45-minute session. And he will look at the issues down at the bottom. He's not associated with us. He's not supporting us. This is between you and him. Okay. If we don't have a record of your certification, or if you haven't earned 100 points yet, you're going to get this message instead. My head is in the way here. Okay, you're going to get this message instead that basically says, one of these two things. Either, we don't have a record of your certification, you haven't earned 100 points yet, and if you need help, if you feel like you have, then you can contact us at support, and we'll look at your account and we'll figure it out. Okay. And you may have to, if you didn't take our course, you may have to send us a copy of your certificate. Okay. All right, so that is my exciting announcement. Let me hop over to the chat before we get into our actual exercise today. Let me put my head back. I always get a kick out of moving my head. That's nuts. Okay, all right, let me check the chat. I'm sure there's a ton of questions in here. Somebody says, do the months in the gym build on each other? It's best to start with the earliest month. Oh, I'm so glad you asked that question. Okay, the answer is yes and no. Okay. Well, the first answer is no. Each month is designed to be encapsulated itself. Okay, so you could start at anywhere, anytime. Okay, So the first answer is no, they don't build on each other. And part of the reason they don't build on each other is because of the sample company. The sample company resets, and so we don't currently have the ability. Who knows what might be happening in the future? But we don't currently have the ability to just kind of like build and build and build. Okay, but here's what's going to happen. We have now finished our entire first year of the gym. So we launched last year in February of 2023. So if I scroll down to the bottom, and this is a question people ask all the time, it might be in the chat right now, is when you join the gym, do you have access to everything? And the answer is you do. And so here at the bottom is this is the very first issue that we released. And then every time we released a new one, it like went on top and pushed it all down. Now, the December issue of the gym was entirely focused on QBO Advanced. Now, I'm not talking about advanced topics. All of the issues of the gym have advanced topics. I'm talking about the subscription level QBO Advanced, okay? And when I released the December issue of QBO Advanced, when I released the December issue, I intended to put a note and say, hey, this is a more advanced issue. If you're not, if you're just starting out, you may want to start with a different issue. I didn't do that. December came and went. December is always crazy for me. And then we released January. And January is all focused on cleanup. So it also expects that you have a base level of knowledge. And I also intended to put a notice about that, but I didn't. So December and January are not really good months if you are just barely starting out, okay? That plus the fact that we have now launched year 2 of the gym, or we haven't launched it yet, it's coming. It's launched to our power team who's testing it, but very soon, February 1st, which is next week, we'll be launching year 2 of the gym, which is a more challenging It's the same as year one, except in a more challenging way. So that's a long-winded answer. Maite, sorry. Sorry if I can't pronounce it. It's a long-winded answer to say it doesn't matter, but it does. So when February comes, right now you'll notice that it says January 2024, December 2023. This is all going to be changed to year one. So it's going to start with February year one, and then March year one, and then it'll go all the way through December and then January of year one. Year one not being in a calendar year, but like your year of curriculum content. All right, I hope I didn't just muddy the waters. Okay, so Anthony responded to somebody about, he said, it's like a monthly job with a not so real client working without working. Yeah, that's a good way to, a good description of the QBO Gym. It's designed to give you experience, but in a simulated environment. All right, what other questions do we have? Okay, let's see. Somebody lost their sound, but I think it was just that one person. Here's a nice comment. Let's see. Steve says, love the gym so far reinforces what you've learned, not only with getting QBO certifications, but hands-on experience with what you may face in the bookkeeping field. Exactly, Steve. Exactly. You got it. That's it. Thank you. Okay. And let's see. People are saying their sound is fine. Let's see. Joel answered that question. Aw, so sweet. Love you, Margie. I don't know what that was about, but thank you. I love you too. So many nice comments. I've been through the ringer yesterday, guys. I was debating whether to talk about it or not, but yeah, the last 24 hours here at Crystal Clear Cashflow headquarters have not been fun. And so I appreciate all the people. It's interesting because on the one hand, I was getting like so much hate. A couple weeks ago on our Mindset Monday, I talked about how like the bigger you become, the more you open yourself up to criticism, and you have to be like, that's a personal development growth thing that you have to just be aware that the more people see you, the more opportunity there is to complain about you or tell you that you're awful. And so yesterday we had a situation in which I just was like flooded, and it's still happening today. People just like telling me how awful, like so much hate, guys. I can't even tell you how much hate is coming toward me in the last 24 hours. And so it's interesting having all this hate on the one hand, and then having all of you guys, obviously I wasn't on the live stream until just now, but like emails that we were getting and testimonials and nice things that people say in the group and stuff. So like you're having like all this good stuff balance out all the hate. The thing that I said on the Mindset Monday is that really the way to get through it is you have to know who you are. Like you have to, I know that I am honest, that I have a good heart, that I'm doing good things in the world. And it doesn't matter what other people say, because I know that. I know that about myself. And so anyway, it's just tough. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Where do you find your points? Good question. So because I'm in a demo, you're not going to be able to see it exactly. But this little, for yours, you'll see when you're in the gym, if you click this little up arrow, mine will say 0 because I'm right here. It tells you how many points you have accumulated in the gym. Okay. And those of you who didn't, I didn't do a full demo of this, but those of you who are new, every time, we're all gamified here. So every time you do an exercise, you click and it goes ka-ching and you earn points. So that's how we get those points. All right, great question, Tasha. All right, let's see. So Kelly says, wow, this is so beneficial because it's true we get conflicting answers in Facebook post. What a great resource to have access to. She's talking about Andy. Yes. Yay, I know. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I just want you guys to succeed, guys. I just want you to succeed. I want you to succeed because the better you guys are, the better these businesses are. Like, I just think of the ripple effect of, if you are good at your job, then you're going to help a business owner be good at his or her job. And that business owner then is going to serve all of these people for, whatever they are doing. Like, it just keeps going and going. So I am just so excited. All right, Ken says, any points for advanced? I think you're talking about the certification. No, the points are, you do get points as you're going through the advanced course, just because, we're in a fun environment and it's fun. But they don't mean anything. So in order to get the consult, you have to be an active member of the gym and have 100 points in the gym. The whole point about the gym is to verify that you can do what you say you can do. All right. Let's see. Krishanda says, I literally just wrote support. Our support? I don't know. And asked about this last week. What a huge value add. So, I guess you're talking about us. So, yay. Woohoo. And Corey says, Andy is such an amazing resource to have available. Yeah, guys, like, seriously, I'm telling you, you talk to him for 45 seconds and you realize how brilliant he is when it comes to this kind of stuff. So, okay. So Kelly says, I just noticed that my courses for basic and advanced show 0% completed. How do I get that updated since I finished those in the last year plus? The reason that it says 0% if you got the course last year is because this is this year's course. So this year's course, when you buy any of our courses, you get lifetime updates. And last year's course was for last year's version of the Intuit test. Okay, so this year you got the new version, which is the new course that matches this test. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it shows 100%. If you clicked the little thing last time and said, yes, I'm certified, then our record knows that you're certified. The percent complete doesn't. This is why we don't use points or certifications or anything for Booksmatch, which I haven't talked about today. But the reason that we haven't, it's not related, is because people come in at various levels of certification. We can't control that. So what we can control is your use of the gym. So, okay. My dashboard still says, what? All workouts. Yes, you can click all workouts. Tell me, Tasha, where that is, because, a bunch of people are saying mine shows that too. So, refresh the page, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I changed it for everybody. I know year 2 I didn't change it, but most of you are not yet in year 2. So, Steve says Andy is a genius. Yeah, pretty much, quite literally. So somebody are saying they haven't seen that change, but where can you see your total points? I just showed that to you. So you just click the little arrow. Oh. Maite says perfect pronunciation. Yay. This one of kind of like my hobbies in life is I love to work really hard to pronounce people's names the way they want them to be pronounced. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Krishanda Brown says, is this the kind of thing where you can search for a specific issue and get some help? I'm not sure what you mean by, is this the kind of thing? If you're talking about like the all workouts page, let me go back to here. So if you go to, it's now called Choose Your Workouts. It was previous. It does the same thing. I don't know why it would say all workouts for you, unless it's like a cookie issue or you have to refresh, or I don't know what that's about. But here, like, we just have the basic categories of what it is. If you click this right here, it says click here to see all exercises and scenarios. So you can see all of the scenarios and the actual links to the exercises. And we did this because people were asking for a refresher. They're like, oh, I know that I learned how to do that, but I can't remember. And where's that exercise? So that's why we created this here. Now, this is exciting. This just happened this morning. I said to the team, can we connect this to Booksmatch so that you can, now, again, I don't want to use up all my time. I've only got 18 minutes left and we haven't even done an exercise yet. So Booksmatch, it's getting an overhaul. That's why I haven't really talked about it. As soon as, maybe next Friday, actually, I'll do a big reveal. I mean, you'll see it as it goes live, but we'll talk about how the Booksmatch calculations are different. And I said, can we connect this to Booksmatch so you can see exactly what skills you're earning when you do this particular exercise? So I just this morning, I sent that email off to the team. I'm sure that it can happen. I don't know how hard it is or what's going to happen, but anyway, stay tuned for that. All right, let me go back. Okay. Let's see. Hugs. Thank you for the wall of hate. I'm sure that's what you were talking about. Just put aside that negative stuff. It's not useful. Yeah. It's not useful, but when you're running a business, sometimes, you have to make the decision, like, do you address it? Like, do you put out a notice? Do you just let it go? It's running a business is hard, guys. Okay. Much appreciation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to save all these comments. I'm going to save all these comments so I can read them because so much love coming. Aw. Thank you. Thank you. Any CPE for the gym? Oh, such a great question. Such a great question. We have started implementing CPE in our certification courses. And the reason we started there is because that's what I was working on at the beginning of the season. The season starts November 1st. But this is our next. So those of you who know, like in the know, I'm currently working on payroll. I will post tomorrow. I have another juicy post tomorrow about payroll, but I'm currently working on the payroll certification. And once the payroll certification is released, which is February 1st, I still think it'll be February 1st, but I'm just still crossing my fingers. But so once payroll is behind me, then yes, we're going to start turning our attention to earning CPE for the gym. It's a little bit more complicated because it's so sections, individual sections like that. But yes, that's coming. It's coming this year, probably Q4, whatever. All right. Somebody asked, what are the points for? Well, until Andy, they were just for fun. We were using them initially for Booksmatch, so that we could like measure everybody and have leaderboards and stuff. But then we discovered that there were some issues in XP, which is our gamified platform. There were some issues with that, and so we switched to a different system to track and verify your skills. And this new system is actually way better. It's way more precise, way more accurate. I'm kind of glad that the points in XP didn't work because it forced us to rethink how we were doing things. So for right now, so in the gym, in our courses, whatever, you're earning points, and it's just fun. Like it's like, woohoo, I got these points. And sometimes the points will like trigger a little, display thing or whatever. This is the first, having the consult is actually the only thing that points actually are used for. All right. So again, so much love. Yeah, Steve says, you're doing something right when you begin to get a lot of hate. Yeah, that's true. I think it wasn't it Winston Churchill who said, if you're not getting criticism, you're not being big enough, or something like that. Anyway, so whatever. Thank you for more love. I'm gonna go back and read more of these. Let's see. People keep saying, I do not see 2023. Okay, so Debbie, you want to make sure. Okay, so if you click, for you it's saying all workouts. I don't know, maybe it's just a population thing. Maybe you need to just refresh the screen. Maybe it's cookies. I don't know. Like, I definitely changed it. But here it should show you everything, not just, you were saying that I do not see 2023 workouts, only 2024. So make sure, Debbie, I'm not sure if you're on the power team. You want to make sure you're in year 1, not year 2. I don't know why you would see anything on this particular page other than just everything. You should have everything on this page. When you're on the welcome page, so let me show you that again. I have to scroll all the way to the bottom. Okay, right here, when you're on this welcome page, it will only show you the next 3 lessons that you need to complete. So I don't know if you're looking at this page instead, maybe. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh my gosh, I wasn't even sharing my screen, guys. Jeez. You gotta tell me. Maybe somebody did, and I just not far down in the chat. When you're on the welcome screen, this is what I was saying. When you're on the welcome screen, down here at the bottom, it will only show you the next 3 things for you to do. Okay, so like right now, it's only showing January 2024. That's because I'm just on the welcome page. If you go to the all workouts or choose your workout up here, there's no reason why anybody should not see anything other than all of them here. Okay, let's see. Pamela says, I have wished that was available to connect books match skills to spreadsheet of skills. Wonderful. Yeah. So that's coming. We'll see what the team says. When I've done this and I go back to my email, we'll see what they said. But yeah, that would be the ideal thing. Hooray, I need 30 hours per year for my CMA. All right. I can't remember how many hours. Well, it's coming for I don't know what your certification level is. It's coming for the certifications, basic and advanced. We're not going to do it for payroll for issues because I need to get it out by February 1st. And those of you who are waiting for payroll know that I've had major issues with the payroll. So anyway, Ramona says, a lot of information, new here and a little confused, but I guess I won't figure out. Oh, Ramona, I'm so sorry. I spent so much time, these things. I spend so much time talking and because this is my opportunity to catch everybody up. And so newbies sometimes get lost. I'm so sorry. But the good news is, oh, that's not even Ramona's comment. What the heck? I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, this is Ramona. Okay. All right, so Ramona, I am so sorry. All right, we're going to get into the actual thing today, which is doing some exercises, doing a deep dive. That took way longer than I thought it would. We're now going to do actual hands-on QBO. We're going to do a deep dive into importing. All right, so here we go. Joel is going to post the exercise of the week in the chat. And the exercise of the week is part of those of you who are members of the gym. The exercise of the week is its own course, and the entire purpose of the exercise of the week is just to keep your Booksmatch account active. Okay, so I keep talking about Booksmatch. Poor Ramona and any other new people. This is our dashboard that we are working on to connect you with recruiters and businesses, people that need bookkeepers. And one of the measurements is we want to make sure that you are actively currently upskilling. So if you have finished all of the exercises in the gym, then there's nothing left for you to do to keep upskilling. So that's the purpose of the exercise of the week. And then we also cover the exercise of the week on this live stream. So if you're not a member of the gym, you can still access it by attending live. Okay. So the exercise of the week today is in practice importing customers. Okay. So we did a couple weeks ago, I can't remember, we did talk about importing. We're going to do it again today. And my plan was to do a deeper dive into all of the little things about importing. I think last time we imported products and services. So now we're going to import a customer list. And when I did it before, I didn't have time to go over a lot of the bells and whistles. So we're going to do that today. Now, this exercise comes from Intuit. Okay, this is not one of our exercises. This is a Pro Advisor Challenge. The Pro Advisor Challenge is inside your QBOA account. Okay, if you're brand new, you don't know what QBOA is. That's the QuickBooks Online accountant account. If you're watching the recording, links are below. If you're watching live, hopefully you have your account set up and you know how to access the sample company, which we'll need in a minute. But here is a accountant account. You can tell you're in an accountant account because it is gray on the side. It says accountant up at the top. You'll see when we get into the sample company how that changes, okay? And it says the other indicator that you're in an accountant account is it says up here, your practice, and there's this extra little section. So if you go to Pro Advisor Training, this is where you find, and my little pointer doesn't like it here, but this is where you find all of the free training from Intuit. Okay, most people come to us at Fast and Easy QBO because they don't like the Intuit training. Yes, it's free. You know, you could say you get what you pay for, but they don't like it because it's wordy, it's hard to follow, it's like reading a textbook, it's not fun and interactive like our courses are, but it's free. And so here's how you access the training. So here is the training library. You can go to a personalized path. You can say what your goals are, and then it will feed you the specific trainings that you need to accomplish your goals. Once you're certified, you can check your certification history. This is how you download your certificate. For if you want that consult with Andy, but you didn't go through our courses, then this is how you're going to get the certification. And then the training library is where, not the certification, this is where you take the tests, yes, but it's also where you download the certificate once you're done. The training library is where everything is, okay? So everything is here. They have, under product training, they have these four of their 4 of their products: QuickBooks Online, QuickBooks Payments, QuickBooks Online Payroll, and QuickBooks Time. Okay, so QuickBooks Online is the basic and advanced certifications, and then it's grouped by modules. Okay, so each tile is a module, and we'll go back to our exercise, which is right here, and it'll tell you where to find the original. Okay, so we just went to Pro Advisor, then Training. We clicked on the training library when we went to QuickBooks Online, and now we're going to select the Getting Started tile. Okay, so here's the Getting Started tile, and you'll notice that the Getting Started is divided into beginner skills and intermediate skills. This exercise is an intermediate skill. Okay, so we're going to expand that. And then we're going to go to this lesson, which is importing the chart of accounts, products and services, customers, and vendors. Okay, so I'm going to go back to there. So intermediate skills, right here, importing right here. Okay, and then you'll notice that the Pro Advisor challenge is at the very bottom, but I can't usually just click that. Sometimes I can. Today I could. So usually you can't always just click it, because sometimes you have to navigate through the lesson. Sometimes you have to answer this knowledge question first. Apparently I've already done all of that once in this account, and so it remembers that I did all of that, and now it will take me directly to the Pro Advisor Challenge. Okay, so here in the task section is what we would call a scenario. Your client, Craig, has a customer list he's asked you to import into his QuickBooks Online company. Okay, so they have provided you with this link, the file to download. Okay, so let's click this there. I've also linked to it in the exercise itself. Okay, so if you already entered the sample company and you don't have access to your original account to be able to download it there, I have created it here. I think, crossing fingers, I think that you can click this and get the downloaded file without being logged in. That's really what we want to make sure that you can do. All right, so let's take a look at the file that was just downloaded. Okay, so this is the file that they have given you to import into QuickBooks. So let's take a look at it. So here we have name, company, customer type, company and customer type are blank, email, phone, mobile, fax, website, street part of the address, city, state, zip, country, their opening balance, the date of their opening balance, and resale number. I have no idea what resale number is. Okay, so this is the information that they have given you. This is the file that we're going to be uploading, and it's called. So wherever you have to know where your files download. Okay, every computer is different, browser is different, whatever. You probably have a folder called downloads, and anyway, so you have to know to be able to find it. It's called Craig Customer List, no S. Okay, all right, so now let's how do I get back? Should I just schedule this call as always, like running late? Because I schedule it for an hour and then I always end up talking too much. And a lot of you guys hang on with me, and that's awesome. But I also feel bad that that I take up so much of your time. Anyway, okay, so now we have this. Okay, so now we're going to go into the sample company to actually import it. Okay, so here I'm not in the sample company yet. This is my real account. You can see it's gray. See, it says your practice. Okay, here's the file that I downloaded. Here's the instructions. if I were going to follow them. See, there's the new customers we just saw. And this for them is how to do it, okay? But we like our format better. So we're going to switch to that, which looks like this. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to load the sample company. So we do that by going to gear icon and then sample company and then continue. Oh, somebody says resale number is their sales tax exemption number. Interesting. Okay. I didn't know that was a thing that was tracked in. We just did a whole thing. About sales tax if they are exempt, about keeping track of their certificate, their, what's it called? Not declaration. I can't remember. It begins with a D. Their letter determination, their IRS determination letter, and keeping it in QBO. But I didn't realize there was a field in QBO for the resale number. That's interesting. Okay. All right. So now we're in the sample company. Look what changed. On the left-hand side, it's black. It no longer says QB accountant up there. There's no longer that client thing. But we are in, so this is as if we were looking at a client account from our accountant account. And the way that I know that is because it says accountant tools up here. That means I'm still the accountant, but I'm now looking at Craig's books. Okay. All right, let's go back to our exercises. So we've loaded the sample company. Now, there are a number of ways to import. These instructions, this exercise is doing it from the customer list, which in our previous exercises we did not do, because if you go to the gear icon, you can select import data and you can import all of these things. I was going to go over all of these today, but I didn't have time because I talk too much. All right, so I could click customers and import the customers right here, but that is not what the exercise is leading us to do. The exercise is actually leading us to do it from the customers list, which you can do also. Okay, so here's my customers list. And so next to new customer, we're going to click the down arrow, then click import customers. Okay, you see it right there. And we're going to go to right here, new customer, click the down arrow, and we're going to select import customers right here. Okay. All right. Now, before we dive into the actual import, I wanted to show you right here, it says download sample file. Okay. Now, the reason that we have the file that we're about to import right now is because we got it through that Pro Advisor Challenge, okay? But what if you are importing and you don't know how to find, you can't remember how to get to the Pro Advisor Challenge, and you don't remember what the format of the file should be, okay? Well, Intuit provides this sample file that tells you, it has some sample data in it and tells you exactly what the format should be, so that when you import it, or so that you can make your file that you're about to import, you can make it the same. Now, all of our exercises, our Fast and Easy QBO exercises that relate to importing, the free ones that you get, the ones that are in our courses, the ones that are in the gym, maybe not the ones in the gym. Maybe I think I give you some in the gym. But they use this sample file. So let's download this and then take a look at this. Okay. Oh, look, I can open it from here. Okay. So this is the sample file. Let me open it up. Corey said, use this down at the bottom right here. Oh, I can go up all the way to 400%. Thank you, Corey. Okay. All right, so here we are. This is the sample file. Let's look at the difference between the sample file that they gave us and the one that we downloaded from the exercise. Why is it doing that? Why is it hopping over? Why can't I just, let's see, if I need to go, there we go. Okay, so this is, I'm looking at 200%. There, okay. So this is the one they gave us for the exercise. This is the one that they gave us as a sample file. Pretty much the same. Name, company, customer type, email. Look, it's pretty much the same. And let's see at the bottom, at the end, look, this one has an opening balance and a date. And, oh, look at these dates, 1988, guys. I remember it well, but some of you on here may not have been alive. And then there's the resale number. Okay, so now we have these two different files. This one is called QuickBooks Online Customer Sample File. This one is called Craig Customer List. Okay, so we're going to import both of these so you can see. But I wanted to show you, this is the one from the exercise. Here, let me show you one more thing on the one that the sample file. Notice this right here. All data is for sample purposes only. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to delete that before you import it. But you don't have to, and I'll show you when we do it. Let's see. Somebody is asking, are you able to import their opening balances also? Yes, because right here it says opening balance, like that's one of the fields. Whoa, look at that one. These are some weird numbers. We'll see what happens to them once we import them. Okay, so we've got two here. Now I'm going to continue with the exercise. All right, so here is where we browse to select the file. This is why you have to know where that file downloaded, okay? So is because you have to be able to find it later, okay? So here's my file. You can't see it, but that's okay. So this is the one from the exercise, Craig Customer List. Let's go back to the exercise, okay? So now we're going to browse, okay? We're going to find the Excel file. It's likely in your downloads folder, but you have to know that. We can't provide technical support on how your browser downloads things. And then we click open in order to associate, that's that browser when that was recorded. Okay, so now that we're all set, we're going to click next. Okay, so now this, and we're going to click next. Okay, now this right here, how can I move this a little bit? There we go. See, I moved the thing instead of moving my head. Okay, let me move my head a little bit more this way. Okay, all right, and I want to make this bigger. Oh, right here, so you can see. Okay, good, there we go. All right, this right here is the field in QuickBooks Online. Okay, this is the field in QuickBooks Online. This right here is the header in the import document. Okay, the import document name, look, no match to company. Why is that? I don't know, but we could. Why doesn't this one have it should have a company? I don't know. Fax, no match. Good question. I don't know. Let's look at that document again. Okay, so we selected this Craig customer list. Ah, it's empty. There is no information in there. So it's only picking up the ones that actually have information. Okay. Okay, so these are the fields. This one are the headers, the header columns in your imported document. Okay, and then this is where they are going in QuickBooks Online. Corey says if the column is empty, there won't be a match. Yes, that's what we just discovered. Okay, all right, so now I can move this back. And we're ready to click next. Okay, so first you have to match the column headers to the fields in QuickBooks Online. But now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the actual data. Okay, so these are, you should recognize them because these are the names in that field. Okay, so this is all, and it's saying, hey, do we want to import them all? Yes. Yep, looks good. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and import them. Now, I want to point out something that when you guys were with me and we imported products and services, when you're importing products and services, you have an extra thing that you don't have on the other ones, and that is it will say, do you want to overwrite the existing ones in there? Okay. And that's the only importing products and services is the only one that has that. Those of you guys who are studying for the basic test, you may want to remember that, which one is the only one that has the overwrite button, and it's the product and services. Okay, let me go back to our exercise. So we hit next. Okay, we ensure the columns are mapping correctly. Let me go back and make this picture a little bit smaller so you can see in the exercise. Okay. Okay, so the first one is making sure the columns are correct. Next one is to make sure the data is correct. I'm going to actually make that a little smaller too so you can see that better. Okay, that one. Okay. All right, I love that I can just make edits now live while I'm talking to you. I didn't used to be able to do that. Okay, so now this is the data in the columns that we're importing. Okay, so we're going to click import. And boom, 3 of 3 customers successfully imported. Who remembers the name of one of those people? Here's Dick. Dick C. Okay, so that's new. He's new. Who else is new? Lawrence Tran, I think, is new. Yep. Paul Simmons is new. Those are the 3 I think that were new. Okay. All right. So, so that's the exercise. That is the exercise of the week. Customer list has been reported. Now we're looking at them and woohoo. All right. That's our exercise. Let's go back and import that other one, that sample file that we created, and see how it's different. Okay. So now I'm going to do the same thing. If you remember right here, I'm going to select import customers. I could also go to the gear icon if I wanted, but I'm also already in the customer list, so I might as well import customers. Okay. And now I'm going to browse for that other file, which is this one, which was called QuickBooks Online Customer Sample File. This is the one we got when we downloaded this. And you remember we looked at it and it was different. It had different information. It had opening balance. So let's see. So now I'm going to click next. Okay, what are we doing first? We're checking the columns. Okay, this one does have a company. Okay, that's because that exists in the file. So we are matching it to the company. Okay, and all this other good stuff, opening balance. Nobody has a tax resale number. I'm going to look, when we're done here, I'm going to look for that tax resale number because I did not know that was in the customer record. That would be really interesting. Okay, so now we're going to click next. Now we're going to do the data in those columns. Okay, and look at, woo, these crazy balances. We'll see, I'm interested to see how that comes over. Okay, look at this one right here at the bottom. Oh, my head's in the way. Okay, all right. Look at this down here. This one that says all dat and nothing else. What was that? Do you guys remember? That was that column or that row that was just saying, hey, this is sample data. Not this one. We're done with this one. This is, oh, now my head's on the way again. Oh my gosh, guys. I have such trouble with my head. Okay, so this. All data is for sample purposes only. So I should have deleted this row before I imported it, but I don't have to because I can also, when I'm right here, I can just uncheck that and I can say, forget that row. I don't want to do that row. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to click import. And ta-da! 9 of 9 customers are successfully imported. And look, they have open balances. Okay, they have open balances. All right, and where is that crazy? Look at this one. Woohoo! 19, what is that? That's not even, that would be a million right here. Billion. $19 billion is Bridget's opening balance. Sample data, guys. Sample data. Okay, so that's all the time that we have for exercises. I was gonna import a bunch of different ones so you could see how they were different, the chart of accounts, and the only thing that you cannot import into QuickBooks in the sample company, which is the bane of my existence, is that you cannot import bank transactions in the sample company. Oh, how I wish we could import bank transactions. But that's the one thing. But all the others you can import. They give you samples and you can see. Okay, any questions in the chat? I don't see any. We addressed them as they came up. So Rosalba says, great exercise. Thank you. You're welcome. Delighted to have you here. All right. So we're at 18 minutes after the hour. Just, I don't know, maybe next time I'll say, but I always do want it to end right at noon. I know some of you guys hop on at your lunch hour. I do always want it to end at noon, but yeah. Corey says, you'll get lots of practice in the cleanup course importing bank transactions. Yes, you will. So sign up for the cleanup course if you haven't already. Are we still in the open window? We had an encore opening just at launch price, just for a couple of days. Today, I can't remember if today, I think today might have been the end of that. So if you want to know more about that, fastandeasyqbo.com/cleanup. See if you get the launch price or the retail price. Krishanda says, it's my first week in the locker room and my first workout with you. Loved every minute. Yay! I'm so glad to hear that, Krishanda. Thank you. Always want everybody to have a good first experience, which, yeah, that was the whole issue of the of the hate that I've been getting the last day is not a good first experience. So I'm glad for you guys. All right, a Facebook user who did not give eCam permission says me too. So grateful. Yay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're here. And that's it. So I am going to get back to work. Those of you who could not see that I changed it to choose your workout. I don't know, wait some time. Maybe it's a cookie, maybe it's time, maybe you just need to refresh the page, maybe you need to log out and log back in. I don't know, but hopefully that is. But the schedule of the consult, for those of you who qualify for that should be there automatically too. And everyone else, have a great weekend. I guess what I'm going to be doing, working on payroll, but it's all good. And I can't wait to share. I have to spread out things that I share with you because I know I overshare. But so yeah, I had a great experience yesterday related to the payroll course. So I'm going to share that in the group tomorrow. All right. That's it, guys. Have an awesome weekend. And I will see you Monday for Mindset Monday. Those of you who are new, that's just a thing that I do on Mondays. I hop on, I share some kind of personal development insight, and I don't schedule the time. I just hop on and I just do it. So, and it it's going to be related. It's going to be related to what's happening in the last 24 hours. So yeah. Anyway, all right. You guys have a great one, and I will see you then. Take care.